channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here for Vlogmas Day 11, and for today's video I'm going to be talking about my most disappointing books that I read in 2019. So this is going to be kind of the start of my videos where I have my best books of the year, my worst books of the year, that kind of thing. My best and worst books of the year will be coming towards the end of Vlogmas, but I want to get these done and over with and talk more about them. And I have 5 books here that I had such high hopes for a multitude of reasons, and they just didn't live up to my expectations. Actually, a couple of these books will be on my worst of the year list as well. I won't say which ones right now, but when that video comes around, you might see a couple of these on there. So just wanted to get that out there. But yeah, I really wanted to love all these books, but something in them just didn't click with me, so let's chat. So without me rambling on any further, let's jump right in and get started. The first book that I have on this list, and these are in no particular order, is going to be Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I wanted to love this book. My favorite book of 2019 happens to be an adult romance, and that's a genre I don't read ever, hardly ever. I've read maybe 2 in my entire life, and actually I read both of those this year. This was the other one. And yeah, I was so disappointed and mad that I didn't love this book. I really wanted to like it, and I was honestly just really bored. I thought the romance was really cute, and I liked the plot of it. However, the writing style and I just butted heads, and there was a couple other things that I have talked about in previous videos before that bugged me, especially the things surrounding pop culture. Like, there was mentions of Star Wars and Harry Potter in this book, and also K-pop, which I love Star Wars, I love Harry Potter, but I don't particularly care for K-pop. It's just my opinion. So that kind of bugged me, and those were like all over the place in this book. So not my favorite, and definitely a very disappointing read. Next, we have 2 books by the same author, and I DNF'd one, and the other one I managed to finish. And those are both Daisy Jones and the Six and The 7 Husbands of Evelyn and Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Again, I wanted to love these books. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn and Hugo, I DNF'd. I just did not get along with the story. I was so bored. I was like, why am I wasting my time with a book I'm not enjoying? So I ended up DNFing it. I may give it a second chance in the future. I will talk more about that in another video sometime in the future. But I just didn't like it at all. And then with Daisy Jones and the Six, I got along with the story much better. And I will say Taylor Jenkins Reid has a really nice writing style. I do really enjoy her writing style. But again, there was something about the story that I just did not like, and I loved the audiobook. That's how I listened to it, was on audio, and I loved it. But I think the big thing with this one was the characters. Me and the characters, no, I did not enjoy them. They were very unlikable characters, which I think was the whole point of the book. But yeah, not for me. So definitely 2 more very disappointing reads. This is the only book I actually still own, and that is Cujo by Stephen King. I love Stephen King. As most of you guys know, I've been reading his books for about 2 years now, and I have enjoyed almost every single one of them. There's only been 2 books that I have given 3 stars to, and this was another one of those. I didn't know much about the story going in. To be honest, I didn't want to know. All I knew about it is from what I had heard about the movie, and I expected it to be a lot more horrifying than it actually was. I was not scared at all. I was, again, kind of bored, to be honest with you guys. And the thing with Stephen King's books is I never usually get bored with them, at least the ones that I've read. Again, Misery by him was my top book of 2018. So I wanted all of his books I read from there on out to be just as good as Misery. And to be honest, the 2 I read this year just weren't great. Salem's Lot was a fantastic one. I really enjoyed that one. But this one, was not my favorite, and I'm so upset about it. Next I have Into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant, aka Shannon McGuire. I have read 2 other books by this author in the past. I read both books in the first and second book in the Wayward Children series, I think last year or the year before. I enjoyed those books. They are not my favorite things in the world, but I am going to continue on with that series. Into the Drowning Deep sounded amazing. The plot and the premise just was right up my alley. It is horror, it's sci-fi, it has killer mermaids in it. I'm like, sign me up. And then I started reading it, and I feel like this is a common theme throughout all the books on this list, is I was just bored. No, just not for me. I do still enjoy this author's writing style. And again, I do plan on continuing on with the Wayward Children series. I also have Middle Game on my TBR. I do plan on reading that in 2020. But this one, from what I had heard about it, everybody loves it, but it was just not for me. Finally, the last book that I have on this list is going to be Aurora Rising by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. Okay, so I wanted to give these authors another chance because I read Illuminae last year, and that's the book that put me into a reading slump. I hated it. I straight out hated it. And actually, after I read this book, I read Nevernight by J. Kristoff about a month and a half, 2 months later, and I loved it. It's on my top books of the year list. And I thought I want to give Amy Kaufman another chance because I do understand that I do enjoy J. Kristoff's writing now. And I had very similar issues with this book as I did with Illuminae. With Illuminae, I thought it was too long and too romance heavy. This one didn't have the romance aspects, which I enjoyed much better, but it had its own problems. And I heard this from a lot of creators who love Illuminae, that this is not their favorite work by these authors as well. So I just wanted to know what my opinion was. I think I read this for the Bibliothon back in June, and yeah, not for me. I think it was actually the group book for that readathon, and I think a lot of the hosts, my co-hosts, didn't like it as well. So yeah, definitely a kind of meh book for everybody on the platform. And that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I am posting a new video every single day leading up to Christmas, so make sure you are subscribed to hit that notification bell to be notified for when I post a new video. And let me know in the comments down below what some of your most disappointing reads of 2019 were, as I would love to know. And as always, all my social media links are linked down below for you guys to check out. If you'd like to follow me on any of those, and all being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 12. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!